Well, many art venues have been closed during the pandemic, leaving artists without a way to share their work, and for the rest of us, of course, without a way to experience it. Well, the Hennepin Theater District has launched a different approach with this It's the People project. It's designed to tell stories inspired by the people that make up the Hennepin Theater District, representing all different kinds of themes. And joining us now to tell us more about it and what it means to him is artist Chad Gurman. Chad, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
This is a really interesting project. It's the second year. Tell us a little bit about what people can experience if they're going to see some of this artwork.
So the Hennepin Theater Trust has found locations around the metro, walls or billboards that have been donated, and they've offered up that space to artists to take photos. The It's the People project allows artists to take a picture of something, and in my case, members of my community, Native American community, and then the pictures are going to go up on a wall for a year's time. Right now, they're on digital billboards circulating around the metro on donated space, but there are going to be some sides of walls in downtown the Hennepin Avenue area where these billboards are going to live for a year.
And this is a really cool project because it brings together all different sort of aspects of people's lives and different kinds of people so that maybe we get to see some more diversity. You are one of the artists that is featured, and this year's theme is going to be it's very timely, telling unique and compelling stories about maybe trans equity or gun violence prevention, social justice, which is what you focused on. Is that right?
Yep, that's correct. So I'm an enrolled member of the Mille Lacs Band of Ojibwe here in Minnesota, Native American. And we do work with, my ad agency does work with Native organizations all around the metro. And I've met some people through the work we've done for the Indian Health Board, young Native American woman and her daughter. And so the subject of my photography is this young mother, Native mother and her daughter. And I'm not sure if how aware people are of the missing and murdered Indigenous women phenomenon. It's just this horrible thing where Native women go missing and their murders unsolved at a much, much higher rate than any other ethnic group in America. And so what I did was take a picture of this mother sort of protectively shielding her daughter's face from the camera, sort of proud and strong.
Absolutely. And what does it mean for you as an artist to finally be able to get your project to a wider audience, for people to be able to see something that you care so deeply about?
Yeah, it's been such a crazy time this last, several months during the pandemic. And this opportunity to take a picture of Valentina and her daughter and have it shown in this way is just sort of, it's one, and that's great. But one is better than none right now. So very exciting.
Absolutely. Chad, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thanks.
You bet. You can learn more about the Hennepin Theater Trust. It's the people, the art, the artists. It's a direct link that we can send to your phone. You just text us 4 p.m. to the number that you see there on your screen.